Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
This is Precinct 57. Hold on. I've got Central Jamrock Public.
Yes, this is Central Jamrock Public Library here.
He sounds worried, yet ready to assist. This is how people get when the police call.
Billy Majon, you said. Yes, hello, are you still there? I found Billy Majon's home at...
They're too poor to have a phone line.
Here we go, sir. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33B, apartment number 20. It's in Martinez, I believe. Cape Side Apartments, it says. That's all.
That's where the smoker on the balcony lives, isn't it?
It says here that they returned their last book just a few days ago. But I wasn't... Marie? Marie? Do you remember a reader named Billy Majon? Yes, it was my colleague Marie. She said that it was Billy's husband who returned the book. He also asked for this new sci-fi release, Lowe's Radio City 87.
Good. You have a name now.
Marie knows Billy. She's been working here longer than me.
And then goes for a little drink later. On the lookout.
Sorry, no. Marie only knows him by sight. Marie! She said it was an older man, and that she's pretty sure he'd had a... 1 second. Sorry, Marie wasn't really paying any attention to that. Happy we could help. Goodbye, officer.
Anything else you need from me? 57.
In the cabin, you see... The dented yellow mailbox greets you with its graffito and...
Yes, for sending mail.
You drop the white envelope in the darkness. About a week's worth of mail as collected in there. Probably did the right thing. You can't trust that slug Everard. You...
Right, let's go back to Everard. If we don't mention anything to him, he won't know before it...
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
Give me a moment. It's about Victor, isn't it? It's always about Victor with her.
In your hands, you hold. Indeed, the book is It would do that in You flip through the book. The pages are... Real art is dense and difficult. If it didn't feel like you had to wrestle... The back cover is dominated. She can't be much older than her mid... In cold, detached prose, the author describes a scene from one... The Yugo-Grad riots took place from 27 to 20... As ethnic tensions run wild, a pair of young lovers meet each other. It would physically hurt you to keep reading. Are you sure? You've made the right life choices today, sir.
Hello again, officers. What do I care about some fucking tin eggshells? Not particularly. I want to keep this as brief as possible, you see. Fine. I don't care about those...
The wannabe skulls are dear to her. The armor.
All right, Piggy. I'll give you this one. I saw a little girl in the fishing village running around...
Could that girl have been little Lily?
Could have been her. Small kid with giant white armoured hands.
This door has been closed with a padlock. This door has been closed with a padlock. The shackle.
After you, detective.
Master Investigator, you just can't keep yourself away from locked and hidden places, can you? Nothing, nothing. You're right. Get in there. Yes, that's what it is. A quick peek here, a short glance. A plaster cast bust depicts a middle-aged man with
The white star, the photos on the wall. I think we have broken into the apartment of a young communal.
a weathered brown door. Something smells. The lieutenant motioned. This is the door. You already know it's...
You're right. Let's talk this through.
You hear light footsteps passing by.
We have our first preliminary identification. In all likelihood, now, delivering a death notification is never an easy task. There's a reason why it's often called the most stressful part of our job. This is why it's usually done in pairs. You got this. Dead? Just don't say that you know how they feel. You don't.
Good advice. The lieutenant motions,
Hello? Who is it?
and someone turns down the radio.
The police. A moment, please.
Tidying up. There's fear in her voice.
Come in. The door.
It's you from the book stand. Did you come to bring my cockatoo back? I don't think I introduced myself properly. I'm Billy. Would you like something to...
The lieutenant has taken off his foggy glasses and is busy cleaning them. He must feel vulnerable without his glasses. Is this why he's letting you take the lead?
Is this about Victor, my husband? Is he in some kind of trouble again? I can come... No, this is something much worse.
How about some small talk before you break the news?
People got to eat? What is this about? Why are you suddenly asking me about my cooking? It's me, Victor, and the kids here. We have 2 daughters. Jolie is 16 and Jenny is 30. The girls are staying at their friend's place tonight. He has a problem with drinking. He's probably in the pox drinking with his friends. I sent him to the library a few days ago, but I guess something came up. No, I guess I'll find out when it shouldn't be long from now. Oh, it's in Jamrock.
Central Jamrock.
I think, yes.
It is.
Just to return a book of mine. Why? Why all those questions, Detective? Did he...
Do something? Break something? It's a fool's hope.
Yes. His old leather jacket. It's just your average brown leather jacket. Yes. The lining is hand-sewn. It's blue. I tried to make the thing more...
She folds her hands across her chest. She looks up, too anxious to say you've done this before. Just keep your focus.
What did you say? Oh. Oh. But he was just...
But he was just here, alive.
We understand this comes as a huge shock. I want you to know that me and my partner are here for you if you have any questions.
What happened to him? Was he drunk? I see. And you just found him there. How long had he...
If you say 2 days maybe, it will be etched in her mind forever. She blinks, eyes welling up with tears. The handkerchief. A small, terrified smile quivers on her face as she takes the handkerchief.
Is there anyone we could call for you? A friend, a family member?
No. I just need to tell my girls. God, should I call them?
No. A day.
Good. That's probably the right thing. Just tell me, what do I need to do next?
We've taken him to the city morgue. The local coroner will be contacting you shortly to arrange the funeral. Here's his number in case you want to contact him earlier.
A very good call.
Is there anything else?
No, I'll call you if something comes up. I'm still... Thank you. Thank you for telling me. I'll call if...
We should step outside and talk. You did well. I'll call the station when we're finished with the day, and let them know the name of the deceased. They'll manage.
They have to. It's not your place to live there.
That's it. We should get back to our case now that our duty... Let's go.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? By love, you did. Pleased to meet you, Lieutenant W. Freighter Dubois. I am glad to see a man of high... What can I help you with, You have? And how did you like Mr. Clare? Oh, come on now. He has his uses. How else would he... Corruption. That's how he's done it. Fantastic.
The position of my unusual colleague does not reflect official policy. I hope you understand. The RCM does...
Of course. And I don't expect you to share anything he told you with me. I'm not a corrupt... How could I stop you? Are we not human? Are we not...
Intellectually speaking, it would be quite interesting to hear what she has to say about these things.
Did you now? What sort of borscht is he make? The strike brew. That's a classic. And by turn up the heat, I presume you mean put more alcohol in it? Why, if I may ask, why make them more
Yes, Detective. What were you hoping to accomplish with this strange thing?
Beyond curious. I will choose to interpret that as you turning the alcohol in the strike brew and because I don't like the idea of them any more drunk than they already are. What else? You're back. Good. Pleased to... What can I help you? You have. And how did you like Mr. Clare? Oh, corruption.
The position of my...
Of course. How could...
Intellectually speaking.
Did you now? What sort of borscht is he make? The strike brew. That's a classic. And beyond curious. I will choose. And because I don't like the idea of them any more drunk than they already are. A referral, you mean? I take it this was for someone in the RCM. Don't answer that. Oh my.
The lieutenant does not say anything, but you hear the nylon of his jacket rustle as he looks at you.
My. What I'm hearing is you and, in the process, you turned up.
Her bartering mind cannot fathom that you didn't.
Frankly, what was done was not pretty at all, but
This scene.
I advise you to be very selective.
You're back. I love you. Please, what can I help you with? You have. Oh, come, corruption.
The position.
Of course. How can I?
Intellectually speaking, it would be quite interesting to hear what she has to say about.
Did you now? The strike brew. Beyond cure? And because I don't like the idea of them anymore. Of course, detective. Should something come until then, is there anything I can help?
She's not even asking you anything. It's so easy to just say.
Of course, detective. More lessons in basic reality? My favorite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything. These are unimportant times, detective. You and I were born for the big time. The revolution. It's quite easy. Every 100 years or so, our species gets together to decide what's next. Who gets shot in the head? Those would be the communists. Generally speaking, 40 million people got shot in the head during... Oh, and the anarchists too. They shot... Did they ever? Before they got shot themselves, they shot 2 million people. Yes. The Red Deluge. Oh, lots of people. Even the king got shot in the head, or thrown beneath a horse, or drowned. Accounts differ. The real king abdicated and lived out a long and productive life as a venture capitalist in Grad. Yes. King Guillaume had a nose for bad PR. Him and tens of thousands, the liberals got the mineral rights. And by mineral rights, I mean everything. Liberals are usually middle-class people, detective. Some were rich enough to stay with the Constitution, with monarchy. They didn't win so much as survive. We were the...
We. She's one of them.
To foreign intervention. The coalition. Those people, really. The liberals took everything that wasn't nailed to the ground. The coalition of nations. Grad, Mesk, Vesper.
There is bitterness in her voice, tempered with understanding.
The moralists believe in keeping everything exactly the way it is. At least not in the same manner and volume as the others do. This is their zone of control. They embolden the arse.
The color of moralism is blue. The official motto of Moral Intern, or Moralist International, is a blue forget-me-not, a piece of grey sky. Unofficial. For a moment, there was hope.
A devout man of the center. Hard to come by. It's good to have someone who takes a moderate approach to head shooting. In your line of work, I mean. The turn of the century revolution. Don't answer it. The revolution began in '02 on the East. It wasn't a who, but a what. A pandemic of Zarat. It made people overthrow their governments. Of course not. It was a highly infectious microorganism that destroyed brain tissue. The actual from Revachol and Grad? Not far. The world managed to cauterize itself. Why? You and I, officer. Our lives in the...
Something tells you her life and yours are not that similar.
No doubt. But we share the same time and position on the planet's a city-state divided into free market zones under the...
The clatter of typewriter keys fills the main hall of the reappropriated silk mill. Precinct 41.
The zone of control is the third incarnation of Revachol, modernity. They developed the marvels of the inter-eastlery...
51 minus 8 equals...
Time flies. The 20s saw a decade of urban war, west of the river level. The 30s... Things settled down in the 30s. Revachol East transformed itself into the world's largest tax haven, with the... Yes, and quantitative easing. It was a market mirage, unfortunately. Welcome to reality, baby.
For her to be where she is, Wild Pines Group must have picked the...
They picked the winning side. That's why they're here, and others. Perhaps it wouldn't have turned out that way had I been in charge. I might have bet on the... I would have sided with the cannons. If you'd seen the calibers of the things, you might have too. 10 of the 14 Indo tribes got it wrong. Failed. Good question.
No, her first.
And I asked you, past-less detective of the Citizens Militia, what insight has acute encephalopathy given to you? Then you would have died, most likely. Not far from here. Maybe even right here, during the beachhead, defending the coast the day the Coalition took the... No, almost certainly. The Commune would have forced you. Such... They are what they are. Anyway, enough sent...
Not so fast. Who is she in all this? Ask her who she is. She owes you an answer.
It's a neurological disorder caused by a lack of vitamin B in the brain.
She conveys it in short, cold bursts, in case he goes down later, souring the entire portfolio.
It's not just me, Detective. All of Martinez has placed... Well, it's either bariatric surgery or long-term alcohol use.
She nods slowly. She won't maneuver her way out of this one.
I am the vilest of the vile. A traitor, a devourer of nations and infants. I am an ultra. An ultra-liberal. It's a type of liberal. From the revolution. It's, not the moderate kind. Haven't you heard? I am a nether creature of the Forbidden Swamp. One of... I can see you thought I'd gone extinct. No sane person identifies as an ultra-liberal anymore. Not in broad daylight. You're a centrist at...
In her green eyes, you see a mixture of truth and self-satire. Forgive her, but only because you like pearlescent teeth and those light green eyes.
I do hope so. I hope we're able to remain collegial despite it. When the dust settled, the Liberals were the only ones left to clean up the mess. By virtue of their survival, they were handed enormous power to shape the future. With due respect to our overlords, the Eternal, I would not have relinquished sovereignty to the Coalition. Not here in Martinez. Then for my daughters, we had an obligation to defend our sovereignty.
Dark orange flames reflect in her green eyes. An oil fire on the ocean.
Perhaps. My intellectual vanity will be my...
You're no dummy yourself.
A smart boy getting smarter. One basic term of reality. Yes, I suppose I am.
Seditious talk, man.
Yes. Whatever else I am, I'm also a mother and a wife. Now, shall we return to reality? A bird? A sphenicid? A flightless bird of the polar regions? Ah! This is the pier or two. A pre-revolutionary tenement. Old buildings are called tenements, you see. And this one used to be 8 to 10 stories tall. A real high-rise by the standards of the last century. Mostly the urban middle class, I believe. This was once prima...
Splat, splat.
You could be wrong, but from here it appears...
Wonderful. The girl in the old lady rags. Looks like a sullen and rebellious member of a teen infraculture. Yes, you and I belong to the supraculture. We're common, the herd. The music on the radio, the food in the chain restaurant. She prefers a fantasy world, an infraculture with its own dress code and vernacular. It is an illusion, I'm afraid. There is no refuge from the supraculture. Young people who dye their hair funny colors and wear old people's clothes are stupid. And they're little... All right. What next?
Suddenly, you're not so sure you're part of the supraculture. Of course, no time for silly infracultures. There are more pressing, reality-centric questions to be asked.
Glad to have been of assistance.
Hey, was that...
Well, well. Bringing him that new bird sure made a difference in his attitude.
No, you don't. It's not happening. The whirling doesn't need more sad style. That's one of the styles. It's for the... It's for no one. It's a prop. I'm not letting anyone use... A lot of people got killed because some arsehole wanted to sing karaoke. It's not for bands, it's for clients. Some clients, okay? Ha! Well, we don't have any tapes. They all...
The man in the vest and the violet This is the look of a man who's defeated.
Fine, fine. Climb on that stage and do your...
I'm having it uninstalled. Oh yeah. Time to do the damage. The stage is all set up for your... You feel a little...
So, are you ready for your thing now? Let me know when I should turn on the karaoke carousel.
Immediately, a loud feedback noise. Hands. Where do you put your hands? There are some people out there, but mostly a post-meridian slumber has fallen on the premise. Not super lively. It would be wiser to perform in the evening, no? But the choice is yours.
I can see that.
I've got nothing to say to you.
It's you again. What is it? Oh, so you went and talked to him.
And what's gonna happen if we don't? You're gonna go and tell on us?
Yeah, I heard him. Let me state this very clearly, Capo.
Explosive laughter follows. To his men, Titus Hardy is a golden god. But having Everard back you up like that did seem to have some effect.
A witness? You ain't got...
That's just tactics, Titus. Next, he's gonna tell you one of our...
Well, let's hear it.
This goes without saying, but nonetheless, don't give out his...
Yeah, right. Like we wouldn't know.
MI is short for moral intern.
I've seen this shit a million times, Titus. Fly fishing. They are desperate. Tell us, Copper, what wacky claims did he make?
It's you assholes that feel the need to go around like a fucking brass band.
Yeah, it's like they put cowbells on you before they send.
They're avoiding having to answer this question. Yes, of course. Be polite with the suspects.
Arab guy? Boss, I think he's trying to say me and Theo.
Well, yeah. What is confusing you? Eugene, Theo, and Elaine.
Those flaccid MI cocks with their culture language.
It means the whole scene was long and drawn out.
What is this fella's problem? Sorry.
Shanky. It's Shanky, right? I thought there's something wrong about the lynching story. Now I know there was.
You don't know.
I know you are lying, Shanky.
You didn't break this wagon fort, but you did manage to rattle the...
Some witness. I pulled the same
You don't have to go to school for shit.
You're doing a hell of a job, man.
So much bluster to hide the fact that they're uncomfortable with you having this info.
It's you again. What is it?
Establish authority. Yes.
It's you again. What is it?
As you look around this room full of sweaty men, swearing, drinking, you believe the place was called Precinct 41.
Huh? You got a problem with beer?
Not quite there yet. Push on.
Speak for yourself, buddy. I've been running this.
They didn't see shit, man. Kids getting shot. We had 3 shootings a...
Congratulations on the graffiti removal. All I see is you sitting around talking about Monica's titties.
So what? What do you want from me?
Don't let him drink that. Just don't antagonize him. You have this already.
Titus?
She stops mid-sentence. That's it.
You want to talk to her, cop? Fine. If you don't, if you question her, harass her, a freight train of pain, buddy.
What is her name?
Glacia. I'm on due. She's staying here at the Whirling in Rags.
Shit. The girl. The girl upstairs? That can't be her. She knows you drank so hard you forgot you were a cop.
Yeah. Blonde. Tall. Sure. Why not? You've probably seen her around.
You inexplicably add cool after the victim's name, with your eyes bulging like some wild beast.
I don't understand what's so cool here.
Nothing. We just have a few more.
Whatever you do not tell him you know. Calm. Normal. Try to forget this little hiccup.
I know her.
How well?
A small twitch in the corner of Kim's mouth.
Well enough, Copper. We partied. She's been here for a few months. You mean Revachol? Nah.
Don't you give her any more trouble. Shut up, Angie. She does.
Titus gives them. What's with all the silences? It's like these guys don't know how to feel about this. You should keep picking at it.
What do you think I meant? Yeah, tons of it. No, we just fucked. That's all.
He really went out of his way to seem comfortable with this topic. He's doing a good job here. A commendable performance of, I don't give a shit.
Remember what I said. Freight train of. Again? Yeah. It's you again. What is it? Again? Relationship? There was no fucking...
Was like that karaoke in...
Okay, enough. All of this is irrelevant.
He did it before we killed him. He's not gonna do it again. So what?
It would help if we establish.
All right. 2 weeks, maybe?
Here you go, boss.
Yeah, whatever.
Officer, what was that? Yes. The victim? Is there something I should know before we...
Whatever you do, don't say the first thing.
Understood. You were not in good shape on Monday. Okay, that's manageable. So she overheard you.
So this is what it feels like to be interviewed. You'll get through it.
Anything else? That's clearly your interrogation technique. Anything else? We'll be all right, Lieutenant.
You feel fortified by his assurance. Is it though? Nothing? You're still in. door is
Who is it?
tired.
This is the police.
Come on up. The door is open.
Sounds like it's coming from upstairs somewhere. This medicine cabinet is full of wares. Sheets of pills, haphazardly stacked, one on top of the other. There's also a toothbrush somewhere in there. It's been used quite a lot. Pharmaceuticals line the shelves, sheet upon sheet of...
Anything of note?
Pill bottles rattle like bones as you search the cabinet. Paracetamol. Nacra. This is used to treat opioid overdoses. Always handy to have around.
Interesting. That's used for diamorphine over...
You could say he's on the lookout. Among some foreign, probably Messinian or Godvaldian, marked red blister packs you find. What do you find? This is going to take a little know-how. A bright orange bottle with Preptide stamped on it. In sunny, happy letters. Jackpot, baby. That's the stuff you're looking for. Your palms begin to sweat just holding that
Preptide. A euphemism for pharmacy.
The fuck are you waiting for? Let's get super fucking preppy. It's speed, man. Just what you were looking for. They call... This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it, smooth as ice. There are following your lead. The lieutenant leans in.
Looks like it, yes.
Just as you look at the flowers, a gust of wind raises them from the roof, picking them up in the air. You catch a single white flower between your fingers. The young woman looks at the Maybell. The lieutenant gives you. The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
I don't know, Lieutenant. It is not the first closed door we found in this building. I don't know. The further we get, the more this building, the vigilantes, the cadaver, and a number of people could...
It's barred from the inside. Sounds like it's heavy, too. Very sturdy.
Welcome to the roof.
Her hair is below her silvery jumpsuit, an athletic...
I'm sorry for the mess down there. The cleaning lady hasn't come by in days. I'm beginning to wonder if she ever will. It's much nicer now.
Where the dead body used to hang. Clearly.
Thank you for that, officers. True.
There is something in her light brown eyes. A sadness. When she thinks about the death of that.
Oh, yes. Legends of room number 1 have made their way around the building. They say a portal to hell has opened in there. They also say it's why the cleaning lady quit.
I'm Kim Kitsuragi. I'm a detective from Precinct 57.
Have I ever? This is the biggest fan of ostentatious orchestrations I have seen in... Oh yeah. Life gets...
The chorus of the 35 single, megaphoning the entire human race, instills you with the fuck it all swagger that prompts one to plow into grannies on your morning stroll.
Wow.
I assure you, he's not about to tear it up in any style.
We'll show him. You'll tear it up all the style.
Miss, we are investigating the murder of the...
Huh. I see.
Be careful. Ask something else first. When you go there, use words like, I hear you have been through something difficult.
Clausier Amandou.
Same name that Titus gave you. Like her birthmarks also signal Aramier. You don't know why, but...
Right, sir. Vredefort. Republic.
Wasn't the tattoo on the hanged man an Oranese map of the waterways? The thought begins to form in your head, then disappear.
A bad memory, officer. Of lilacs and lightning. Parks, glass.
What's so bad about that?
Nothing. If you're no longer... I'm 28. Something stupid. Oranese lit. Oranese literature. It's what I studied at the university. Fear of failure, fear of death, how it sucks to be Oranese.
If that's true, then Revacholian lit would fit.
Nothing. I do nothing with it. It's not very cool, but what can you do? I'm afraid you can't.
Why is that?
Because it's buried in a sealed plastic bag at an undisclosed location on the coast.
Thank you for your candor.
They say so in your tourist brochure. Keep travel documents away from your person when west of the river. If I were to lie to you, I would come up.
She seems to be telling the truth, sire.
Okie dokie. The record. Yeah, it's pretty deluxe. I'm wintering.
How long have you been?
About 4 months. I came in November. Here in the Whirling, here in Martinez, or here in Revachol. Because it's the funkiest building in Martinez. And because all the other buildings are bombed to hell. Thank you. I've put a lot of time and effort in.
Technically, possession of narcotics is legal in Revachol. No, don't listen to the stiff. Be cool.
What did you say? No. You said narcomania. What kind of word is that? Mm-hmm. I.e., narcomaniacs. Comes in handy when you've done too many opioids.
Is that something that happens to you often, miss?
Better safe than sorry. Oh, yes. One of my like not being able to stay up for 36 hours, not being happy. It cures those ailments. Very funky. I have no idea, officer. It is.
The lieutenant he finds the answer unsatisfying.
Okay.
Watching herself reflected in the bedroom window, tall and sparkling and draped in smoke. She looks at the dried petals in chipped white polish covers the nail.
Pretty. Looks like a dried maybell. Is that the one you caught? Sambo style? Why was there a flower on the roof? I don't know.
Or an admirer?
Admires? I'm too old to be a debutante.
Question avoided. Let's conclude that she has admirers.
Something difficult? I've been through at least half a dozen difficult things. Which one do you mean? By sexually assaulted, you mean raped?
Yes.
It's a bit early in the morning for raped, isn't it?
She sounds positively buoyant, vivacious, totally unbothered.
Is it? It is afternoon. Time flies, man. Yeah, I'm gonna go with not raped. I don't want to.
By him, she must mean.
Tell them it's not my style. They'll have to, you know, if they want to jazz up the charges.
By they.
Are you saying that you were asked to tell us you were assaulted?
Not explicitly, but I understood what they meant. It wouldn't hurt to spice things up a bit. Some assault and battery. Sexual assault, maybe. It was clear the latter would be spicier. Pretty much.
Warming them. She must be very cold and exhausted of this life.
I'm 89% sure. You know how it is.
Do you?
Maybe you don't.
There are numerous cigarette burns on those.
In conclusion, officer, I'm gonna go with a mild to medium not raped here. Serious.
You hear cracking in.
Let me make this 100% clear then, officer. I was not sexually. We partied. A lot of partying going on.
From Titus. About her and Titus's relationship.
We drank, sir. A lot. For weeks, basically. We had...
What else?
Stimulants. Speed also has that effect, making you drink harder. And then drinking... I guess you can say that, yes. A bit. Lovers is such...
How did you two meet?
Downstairs. At the bar. He was on some sort of assignment, a military...
She appears aloof, but that scar part, the scary is with longing.
When was this?
A month ago? Something like that. Oh, yes. I've had a great view.
A bitter cringe.
You called us.
Yes.
Jackpot.
I made it. And I would appreciate it if you didn't tell everyone. In Martinez, they call it snitching.
Reporting crimes is confidential in Ravachol, miss. I didn't exactly disguise it. I just muffled the mic and nicked the landline a little. With nail clippers. And I diverted some radio fuzz into it.
So, she's God's mystery foam cutter.
Did I? Fuck. I didn't mean to.
Jigsaw falling into place. This is satisfying. Good. Still, that's pretty clever tampering. Simple and clever.
Thanks.
She looks a bit like a little girl who's just been complimented.
I don't know, sir. It was stupid. I was drunk, too.
Thank you for making the call, miss.
I didn't want to, sir. But if I hadn't, you'd still be hanging there. I'm sorry, I can't do it. Not right now. Later, maybe. I keep seeing him.
I know it's difficult, miss. We can return to it later.
He had something to do with the strike. One has been roiling since I got here. Rotten.
And his role in this strike?
I think he was in a security detail. He was ex-military. Worked for Wild Pines.
And they lynched him for it?
She nods.
They're frequent guests. Downstairs. They have a booth for union members. They're probably down there now. Over drinks. It's been a long, boring... A little.
Like you partied with the deceased?
No, not as hard.
I'm sorry to have to ask this, but have you had...
I have. Which ones, sir? I don't remember precisely. Titus, obviously. But as I said, It's been a long winter.
Could that have been part of the reason they hanged him?
I hope not. Actually, I know that's not the reason. I'm careful about that kind of thing. Not crossing the wires, you know? Men like that? I don't know. It's the way their imaginations work.
She breathes a silvery sigh of relief.
Should we head by downstairs, officer? We may have things to discuss there.
She nods. Silvery cigarette fumes disappear into her mouth.
Why not? I'll be here until 11 p.m. drinking.
You made the right call there. I'm talking about your zero-tolerance policy toward the mania of narco. You're in the right there. Powerful. Yes, you're pure. Unravaged by narco. Of course, it's pretty obvious. Of course not. You've always been anti-narco militant material. You kept her off a dark course with that interjection. Are you ready to save lives?
That's good to hear.
The white ceramic cuirass, your movements cause tiny little clicks, like dice rolling somewhere far away. The hardened vitreous enamel, at once sleek and light, adds a glow to your cheeks and a spring to your step. Just imagine what a full suit of this stuff could do for you. It may be a while before you have all the... Remember, this is a highly specialized kinetic redistributor meant to... For the day you have to fight someone covered in the same...
Officer, it's a fine day for questions.
She looks back.
Officer.
Soft, light brown eyes look back at you. I have bad news. You know these guys? Who? Me? Yes, you. He's talking. You too. Me? What did I do? These guys are compromised. She's got them singing along to her tune. The little bleeps and bloops you trust. Believe it. There's no way of knowing. All bullshit, man. Especially that guy. No fucking way, man. I just... Really? Quick. Glory. Truth. I take it back. He's got it pretty. She likes you. The crown head is a boring condom. He's jealous, how it always does. There's nothing you can do about it. You are how you are, and she is out. No. It's better to know you're being played than to be played without knowing it. Yes. Mr. Thespian, she is a lady, most fair. In his defense, to reduce him to such inadequacy, that is correct. And a little. They're all still of limited use. But when it comes to assessments of character and factual accuracy, don't be melodramatic. You can trust them. You can't draw a sound conclusion. She may want to control the information rollout, not to become a suspect. She may have a... See? It's oddly moderate. Probably compromised. Don't worry. It's only been 4 or 5 seconds. You've got this. The silence broken.
God, no.
Looks like we have more to discuss with those so-called Hardy boys. Half their reasoning just nothing will make them respect the RCM, but it will disrupt the game they prepared for us. We just tripped off one leg. What else could she have done? Lie? She saw there was no way to lie and get, if not you, then me. It was a smart move from her. You think so? Being candid is the best way to lie. The appearance of candor with some fact. She may be trying to control the pace of the investigation. Anyway, we should move. I suspect our
This window.
Hey, was there something you needed? Another thing. Great. I love those. Yes?
I've got nothing to say to you.
It's you again. What is it? Fuck. I knew that fucking whore couldn't be true.
You've hit a nerve. Titus is furious. No, more.
For the record, Titus Hardy did not explicitly specify the victim as a whore, nor did he say...
Oh, shut up and stay out of this, Liz. He raped her. He was out of his fucking mind.
She's just in denial, asshole. You don't understand the traumatic experience. She's shutting down.
Yeah, she's crazy, you know. A crazy bitch.
This is a diversion. Stay on track.
Lawman, I'm at the end of my goddamn rope with you, and you went and pushed her.
Hit you. Duck.
Titus Hardy.
Success. Titus backs up.
Everett personally sent me to take care of this. If this goes...
When she's angry, she emphasizes the S. It gives her voice a strangely hypnotic quality. Her lips barely move as she speaks. Frankly, it's a bit terrifying. Someone has to rush in to break the tension. The second in command.
Look, Copper. We know that that fuck was a rapist and a killer. We got him confessing to it on tape. Show it to him, T.
Here, jerkwad. Listen to this shit. And then come back and tell me these soldiers...
This is their last play, this tape. Their story is in tatters, a mess. It might be nice to listen to, but at this point, you don't need to.
You don't care about evidence. The fuck...
Fix, T. They don't care about getting the truth.
I won't be on your bulletin board.
There's a lot of questions. If you ask them now, they'll just keep bringing up the tape. Listen to it, and they'll have nothing to hide behind.
What's on it? We call it the door gun a mega mix. You'll know why. Won't you listen to it? You think we go into this shit deaf and dumb? You RCM aren't the only ones who know how to bug people. There's no We have machines. We're in logistics. How do you think
Understood? You've listened in on their communications.
Since way before their chief started taking swing lessons.
Things got nice and quiet after that.
It's not advanced. You just hold up in a coop.
Don't put yourself down, Angus. It's important.
Yeah, man. You're like a radio genius or something. Those notes are some in-depth...
I'm sure we can find a tape player.
Where can I listen to this? Why don't you try...
Yeah, play it with your ass, cocksucker.
I'm sure we can find a tape player. It's not a problem.
Your room had one. Or maybe it's too broken.
Don't forget your tape, lawman. Compliments of Titus Hardy. You do that. Oh, and keep it. Maybe you'll need a reminder of...
The porter reel is just what you needed. The reels attach to the push. Come on, set.
This isn't Revachol. This is a fucking village.
The harbor. That's the son of a files.
When this shit is done, I'm gonna tear that place up. Soldier... Gonna run a room, Cordy. A real nice. I'll fucking do them all in. Rape that disco cunt on the counter. You know, the dance a whore. Never did get that taste out of my mouth.
The lieutenant presses the button marked Arrête on...
End of recording. It seemed authentic enough. Probably recorded off the shortwave, then edited to seem more incriminating. He sounded like he was on patrol around the harbor walls. Still.
There's more going on here than we know.
Corty could be short for Cortenard, one of the other mercenaries, the one he was talking to. A village on the Samaran Isola, in South Safre. Who knows? Maybe the tattoos would have an answer.
A symbol of Soldier of the Apocalypse style conduct.
I think we've got a few more questions for class here, don't you? This seems to contradict her testimony.
Officer, it's a fine day for questions.
She puts her with a soft ring.
Did he? I never said he was a good man.
She doesn't care. If anything, she said...
Where did...
It's intercepted radio chatter of the deceased.
Does he say he's gonna do it Soldier of the Apocalypse style?
The phrase was used.
Yeah. That was practically his pickup line. Did he say whores a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of doing it Kohoi style? He wasn't actually there. He didn't do a tour, or at least didn't tell me he did. Would have been overkill anyway. He lived his own little Kohoi. It wasn't his.
Yes, was he bragging?
Oh no, I'm pretty sure he did all those things. Then integrated them into his idea of normalcy.
She's quite observant about the human character. Trained to observe, even.
People who go to university know how to use words like internalize and integrate, officer.
There's more to this. She has an index in her head of pathologies and how to exploit them. I can almost see her turn the pages.
Running joke. I was gonna say running joke. And it sounds like you didn't even get the good bits. Lely's punchlines got. He was like the Seminese conflict, the Khohoi massacre, and the 36 famine in Yezud all rolled into one person, then cast in Orani's ceramic armor, which he wore in bed and in the shower. We're all scraping up any happiness we can find, officer. Going around with our little scouring sticks. You, your first.
Did he tell you he had actually done any of those things? Here in Martinez, I mean?
No. We were too busy laying waste to our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward. He seemed...
There is a small measure of pride in her, that she could quell the rage in such a being. What kind of man was he? Before you go, ask for details. She seems okay.
Thank you for clearing that up, miss. Whenever you're ready.
She takes a very small sip of her coffee and smiles.
Like, for example, his...
Actually, officer,
A nickname?
I guess. He came from Lelystad. It's short for that.
Lelystad. That's a good start. We have a few questions you can help us with. A few things a field out of...
The young woman cranes her neck, trying to catch a glimpse of the page the lieutenant passed, the last missing pieces of a puzzle of flesh.
In Oranje, officer.
The Lelystad municipality has few boroughs and even fewer... Oranje? Oranje?
You were almost right, officer. That means his race was occidental, not mondial. I'll update the form.
Yes.
Did that bring you to...
No. He was too old for that. And from another part of Oranjenrijk. I did...
No love for Mother Oranje. But wasn't he a soldier? This could be worth pursuing.
No. He left the National Service after they taught him to do what he did on Seminine. He was by no means a stupid man. A people person. A small platoon leader. Certainly not a patriot. Mm-hmm. There is nothing on Muindi. I love Revachol, though. I hope she loves me, too. He was 42.
42? Are you sure?
He had many scars that made him appear older. We even celebrated his birthday, like, some weeks ago. It was...
Looks like you were right, officer.
Points are good. Have one, you old dog, before we all die. The young woman looks at you. She's clearly sensing something. A spike in testosterone levels.
Blue. Light blue. They were like... Pardon the swearing. I do him an injustice. He wasn't ugly. And he had a beautiful, soft voice. Very surprising.
He had a combat wound on his...
Yes. Severe. It made him look like half his face was cracking away.
Oh, yes. His hair?
It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantine, made it oily. Not nice to stroke. I couldn't convince him to leave it alone.
No. Okay, sure. Here you go. What else are we missing, officer?
Oh, that.
It's clear she liked it.
Quite a lot, yes. Sure, waterways. It was mostly for showing off to chicks, though. How? Imagine him lying in bed.
Is this Orani's lit?
Yes. This is the very essence of Orani's lit. A moment's respite. Dark, and he's smoking and drinking, of course. And his chest and shoulder. And the woman goes like, "What was this, baby?" And he says, "That was too hardcore. Don't ask me about that." So she goes, "Okay, but what's this, baby?" And he's like, And so it goes. Star after star, port after port. Oh yeah. No thank you. I've seen enough of him dead. I can tell you.
Go on.
He was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms, from a small town. He was also poor, and the government... He went to Killer Academy in Vredefort. Then he killed some people in the Seminine Islands. And on other islands, too. All of the islands. Change of topic, perhaps? It very well could be. What do I mean? I have no idea. I don't even know what you mean. Love did him in? What does that mean? Of course. A real rainbow splattering of pharmaceuticals, I bet. How much does the toxicology report cost the police of Revachol? I can do it for half of that.
It's quite expensive, miss. But we'll manage without your help for now. All right.
Coolly, gracefully, she pours herself more coffee.
Not my favorite topic. How about we, change the subject to something more lighthearted now?
Wait, stop. That man, bloated below the damage, the weeks of decomposition, all this. How old are you? That's where this is going. You could ask either one of them.
Huh? How old? 58? You asked. Actually, make that 54. Alcoholism has severely, and I was wrong about the age of the deceased.
Wait. This requires scientific measurement to the laboratorium.
It's you again. What is it? And that fucking fucker. You're the...
That fucker wasn't aimed at you. It was at her.
Fucking fuckity fucker. And what did she say?
Sounds like you wanted it to change her mind about the hanged man. This is definitely personal.
Yes. In fact, I think she thought it was a little funny.
Funny? No.
Seems like they wanted to give Klasia a second.
All fucking righty then. I guess it's good.
Please try to control yourself in the presence of visitors. Titus.
This is just perfect. Just fucking perfect.
You don't have to say everything out loud. Just mix and match.
Yeah, they're all queers. Can't bump.
It's all right, Glenn. I just thought I thought.
Yeah, that was fun.
You wanted her to see the man for what he was. Now that you know, you might want to lay off this topic.
I just got too worked up. Big man lost his shit. It's cool now. Nah, I know her. She's just a girl. In over her head. Handled him? She got it.
Yes, yes. We heard all about it. And the fact still stands. You were more disturbed by the tape than her.
I asked for your opinion. Not a bedtime story. Tell it to your grand.
But she didn't. She knows she can.
Fantastic. So now, you remember how to do your job.
Yeah, guys.
Why?
Uh...
Success. They admitted to unlawful collaboration to derail the investigation.
Yeah?
He does not sound very convinced anymore.
I already told you. We fucking hang.
There's less gusto in his voice now. The man is slowing down. Looks like a bad blood should. Who could? It's getting harder and harder to perform one's part in this sordid.
Come on, Titus. It's been a long day. I'm tired of running back and forth between you.
You know what? I am tired. Next time you see her, tell her. That lying scamming. Yeah.
On the floor, beer drips out of the...
What is this quiet funeral shit? Are we...
Why do we make it 40, huh? Why do we make it 100 beers? You're not loud enough.
100 beers? Now we're talking. Hoppity hop over here, cafeteria manager.
Is...
The tear machine stands in the... A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine. The tear machine...
No. You need...
You see several... The packages are small, discreet, sloppily stacked, making them easier to take unnoticed.
Here you go.
A colourful...
Again, I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol... Is this about the questions again? Because...
Looking for something odd? Come to tell me to... Oh, not much anymore. The strike. Apples.
Apples. It's exact...
Fine.
A small mountain of color.
Hello again, esteemed officer. Goodness, you were already... Everything is on the...
She's attempting to mentally direct you.
Truth be told, not really, but you don't learn about the important... The truth is available if you just...
She smiles.
The lights are so pretty when it gets...
The display rack is brimming with water. A small mountain of shelves filled to the shelves full of biography. Several maps. The maps look old and faded.
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is that old thing. It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that from when some design studio people...
The place does not...
They didn't get that far, for some reason. A shame the project never got going. Would be nice if... Always good to be...
This bookstore is not... Is that the phasmid? It looks like the phasmid, leaning against the wall. It's not the phasmid. It's not even organic. It's a fire iron. How disappointing. Don't be too hard on yourself.
Mister, what were you doing? Oh, okay. Yes. They don't want to... They look the same. They look identical. Oh, I had...
Where did you get this?
Found them when Lemmy and I were playing hide.
She doesn't want you to think she stole them.
I hid them. The twins were gonna take them.
We're going to need those gloves. It's for...
Oh. They're in my sandcastle. Behind our house. Under the sand. You can break... Bye!
Weather has not been kind to Lily's little sandcastle.
The little castle? The reigning lord must have come upon some really tough time.
The walls and floors give way to the giant.
Congratulations. That's the gauntlet.
Tequila sunset. Ah, tequila. I knew you'd come through. Let me see. What? This isn't my jacket. My jacket was beautiful. This is fucking... I'm not taking a disgusting pile of hobo. Either bring it back the way it was before, or find a dumpster to...
You know, despite the guano, it looks like the jacket itself is stain resistant. It may just need a good scrubbing.
As you hold it in your hands, it makes an uncomfortable crunching sound. It's 6 crumbling.
This is the Insulindian lily, called Mabel's or Lucille's.
This flower is a spring flower.
The revolutionaries, so the common. It's about girls and boys more than sides. Girls sending off boys who are going to their deaths, then also dying themselves in the ruins from dysentery and consumption. It's a symbol of the Civil War. Yes, but not this early, not to my knowledge. It looks dried, preserved. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see.
The petals feel... Wait, have you noticed there's a war veteran playing a ball? The worn map. Your finger moves, finally, coming to a halt. As you hold it in your... It's a sordid... Some secrets are better. It occurs to you that you're not even... It smells like a dead sea creature, tangled in grey... Why? Why did you think about it? Look at your hands. They're covered in... Now you're just flicking that shit everywhere. This... As you hold it in... There is no why.
This is the Insulindian. The revolution. It's about girls, yes, but not maybe.
The petals wait. The trap stands empty amongst...
Fantastic.
The locusts, they're not really going to get...
Good. Now that's done. When... Don't answer that.
He doesn't want to. But if there is...
The purity of snow always reminds me of the purity of a man's soul. If, yes, the Debardeurs Union pays me to stand. I'm an old man. Don't sleep more than a few hours.
He feels like he has to justify himself for some reason.
Yes, it does. Unfortunately, I wasn't working that night. It's a private matter.
You see, officer, René is the kind of man who'd rather die than...
I'm fine, goddammit. Mind your own business.
It's his heart.
No one. The bus has been unmanned.
No one has been guarding the...
Yes. It's...
Look, officers. The container yard doesn't actually need a guardsman. Never had one before René. Monsieur Claire...
The possibility of someone being in...
Evrard created this job for René because he knows the Royal Carabiniers' pension of honor and PTSD isn't something a man can live off. A decorated kingsman collecting tear reflects bad on the whole neighborhood. His words. Oh, I didn't mean to imply there's something wrong with that.
Yes, yes, yes.
He is not going to become an entrepreneur.
She is nobody.
The lady is Jeanne-Marie Beaulieu, and she sure as hell wasn't a nobody.
Yes, yes. Like I said, it would be up anyway, so might as well keep an eye out. I prefer the old name, Insulindian Lily. Girls brought them to young cadets when they entered service. It used to be... But the communards were... You know what? No.
You stirred up some bad...
But it wasn't the revolutionaries that sold the idea for you, was it?
Enough! I can go over these matters.
Mabels don't blossom yet, do they?
Maybe on some remote parts of the city they do. But I...
Work! Right to free flow of commerce!
Fucking
I'm going to interpret that as a yes.
How about you fuck off now?
Okay, of course.
There could be weapons aiming at us right now, somewhere above, in the buildings. The other the man's breathing steadies, but his eyes are still narrow. Opioid receptor antagonist. Halt. Put down the pipe, scumbag. The narc is on the scene, and he's gonna tell it to you straight. Drugs are for losers. They fry your brain and rewire your circuits to self-destruct, and they make you messed up.
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you? Yeah, the janitor who gave me the key to his apartment said the guy's a bit of an asshole. Like I said before, I don't know much about this weasel. Los Ardis? They're sort of like you. Preserve.
Is he actually comparing? Come on. He's just trying to keep the peace. The man whispers a jaunty
Your race descent has only...
before the cargo container. It's true. You're back before the cargo container. Despite the dirt that surrounds and the door
Satisfied, detective?
Try again. Just like that. You hear a click.
Ahoy! Come on in!
You can't be serious.
The man stands at the far end of the shipping container. It's hard to say anything. The feeling causes all the hairs on your body to stand at attention. Something's amiss. The light beams bend around, trying to visualize the physics at play in the general stillness. Only your tongue moves.
Welcome. Come in. Make yourself at home.
You can't hear him exactly. Yet you're able to
Now, what can I do for you, gentlemen? Who am I? Oh, anyhow, my name is Rustam Theodore, investor, license.
Mr. Theodore, I am Lieutenant Kim.
Pleasure to meet you, Harrier Dubois. I must admit.
Oh Lord, not this again. Oh, nothing. It's just that we've got this murder to solve, and yet you go around asking everyone about money. And every time I ask, and yet it never seems to...
It's quite alright. I'm used to the question by now. To be all I did was take her fortune and invest it prudently. Believe it or not, it takes more than a bit of skill. I gotta tell you, at first, being rich is a lot, but then, once you've reached my position, some of my lower net worth friends say to me, but doesn't that take all the fun out of it? And I tell them, not really. One would imagine living such a high net worth existence is overwhelmed traveling. This is a great way. By the way, let me now ask you a question. Where are we exactly? Revachol. I remember walking its streets as a teen. It's a shame I can't get out and explore myself. One of the downsides of being an extremely high net worth individual is that mobs of there simply aren't enough hours a day to hand out all the handouts. It's like feeding seagulls. Spending money is a matter of desire. I'm sure you agree. Smart, you know? It also offers luxury yachts, high-fidelity portable radio systems, fail-proof outerwear. What? No, I did not say that at all. Being rich is great. Just don't tell anyone I told you.
Could you please stop asking people for money? It does not reflect well on the RCM, and to be perfectly frank, we can't afford to look worse than we already do.
It's perfectly alright. Based on your, as you may know, us high net worth individuals, here is 3 real. How much can you get for this? That's the idea, my friend. You've got, maybe you can make that money grow.
These ultra-liberal types love losing huge sums of money on ludicrous proposals. Ergo, you should come up with a plan that's totally dead in the water.
Thanks for stop. Welcome back, gentlemen. What can I do for you?
If business...
Welcome back, gentlemen. What can I do for you? Welcome back, gentlemen. Welcome back, gentlemen. Welcome back, gentlemen. Welcome back, gentlemen. What can... Welcome back, gentlemen.
If business...
Welcome back, gentlemen. What can I do for you? Welcome back, gentlemen. What can I do?
If business...
Welcome back, gentlemen.
Deploying high concept about it's time to steal the union boss's idea.
A youth center, huh?
A place to teach them practical. Come on, tell him what he wants to hear.
Brilliant. Without children who'll be there to buy stuff in the future. When life closes a door, it opens a window, yes? What's the expected return on this?
You're deep into ultra-liberal territory now.
Very impressive. You've got a natural eye. I don't normally do this without a formal pitch deck. Here's a round of seed funding. This should be enough to prove out the concept and get things, remember?
The lieutenant stands there, dumbfounded. His mouth opens slightly. Is he having a stroke?
I'm not
Now, was there anything else I could help you? The pleasure was mine. Farewell. Welcome back, gentlemen.
Congratulations.
Welcome back, gentlemen.
Congratulations.
Welcome back, gentlemen.
Congratulations.
Welcome back, gentlemen.
Congratulations.
Welcome back, gentlemen.
What's worse than throwing money at something that's already failed?
Go on. I'm ready.
Nicking an idea that wasn't worth anything in the
Hold on. Have we met before? Yeah, on second thought, your idea reminds me of a group of young men. They pitched me, and well, at first everything was wrong. They lacked the will to get. We lost all of our money. High art type.
I guess the inordinate amount of time they put into drawing mythical creatures did not generate...
Nobody knows for sure. Sadly, when we got there, it was too late. What I want to tell you is this. It's a...
Okay, well, maybe I was wrong. We've all learned something today.
Absolutely not.
Stop embarrassing yourself. Pop a magnesium and calm down.
Welcome back, gentlemen.
Congratulations.
Welcome back, gentlemen.
Congratulations.
Welcome back, gentlemen.
What's worse than throwing...
He should what?
The volunteer police force. And why would I do that?
Just a minute. The RCM has it...
You know, that's exactly what I've heard. Still, the idea of a tell me, if you could...
The latest technological wonders.
The RCM's problems are...
If I could interject, the RCM's problems are mainly structural.
I think the lieutenant's right. Your problems run much deeper than equipment or funding.
Yes, yes. That's precisely what we need.
Hell no! Can you imagine how much work that would take? Think about investing is the less work you have.
The lieutenant's disappointment is...
Now, was there anything else I could help you get? Welcome back, gentlemen. What can I do for you? The pleasure was farewell, friend, and may your peace of...
man. No trouble at all.
Mr. Dubois, I hear the meeting with Titus was a glowing success. That's now. What can Everard Clare do for you today? Mega rich light-bending guy? Oh my god. How did that get in there? Damn it to hell, Harry. I specifically told my guys to check all the containers for mega rich light-bending guys.
There was a guy in the container, but he didn't bend any.
Honestly, guys, we might be moving all kinds of suspicious things through this harbor, but I won't be caught transporting the light-bending mega-rich. I have a reputation to protect. You're a fucking idiot, Harry. I love it. Thank you for sharing this deep, idiotic part of yourself with me. A hallucinating market liberal. I love it. I shudder to think what you're going to tell.
Not for 1 second did he believe there's an actual mega-rich person somewhere in his container town.
Most certainly. By all means, Harry. What's up, Fanny?
Funny. She was trying to set up a narcotics operation in...
Oh, that a Sal. Yes, I do seem to remember sending a pretty young thing down there to liven up the place. Get some melodic music. Amphetamine lab? That sounds very immoral and debauched. But what do I know about kids these days? The music they listen to?
It sounds to me like you are trying to start an amphetamine lab in the district. And you're using some
Found God knows where? That Acel is the daughter of Miko the Kebab. A man who I think a daughter of a man who killed a man with a kebab can handle running a little nightclub, don't you? Maybe it was Bogovic. Or Jakub. I think it might have been Conrad. A nightclub? Harry, I'm an old-fashioned guy. But here I am, talking about myself. The golden boy returns once more. Wonderful. My friend, the mailman, confirms the letter is on its way. You've done a great... You're in my inner circle. You too, Mr. Kitsuragi. We can talk about...
See? Forging that. Well done, sire. By guile and deceit, you're in.
I did not, Harry. Although I am very, very... Why a war...
And what do you...
Victory, Mr. Kitsuragi. I have victory to gain. We are going to start a war with the Wild Pines group. I have. It's a great story, Harry. Did you also know how the bee colony kills the giant hornet?
He crosses his hands contently.
Harry, we outnumber them 1,500 to 1. And that's just Martinez. With all the Union, the more they send, the worse it's going to look for them. They made a huge mistake hiring those guys. Harry, there is no strike, only war. Class war. Or, in business terms, we're not going to give nothing. We're going to take Terminal B.
The word fuck rings like a gunshot from his mouth. He doesn't swear often.
So that's why you haven't let Joyce in?
Yes. It's also why I let that midget Gaumont go. He's too nice. I can't put him through this. Plus, he knows how to get in here. Tits from her arsehole. It's a local saying.
Actually, no, it's not.
Because we're friends, Harry. Besides, it doesn't matter now. It's already happening. 2,372. Plus yours truly, of course.
2,300, and they're all well motivated. At least the ones you've seen.
Oh, you mean what sort of goods are going to be flowing through? How am I going to replace all the...
Clients would take a well-known multinational conglomerate.
Sure, some will go, but mark my words. The company will be unpleasantly surprised. With renewed zeal sparked by communal ownership, the men will be shipping those containers double time.
That's drugs.
Drug trafficking.
Drug trafficking? Don't be stupid, Mr. Kitsuragi. There are perfectly legal, 100% ethical... All they do is produce components to keep the pharmaceutical industry running. That's people's health we're talking about. Oh, the company thinks transporting these chemicals in bulk looks bad, has bad optics, may be illegal in some countries. We're gonna transport the living daylights out of those materials, Harry. So your sick kid can get his Benefed, and your wacky uncles...
Benefed is a children's cold medicine, usually apricot flavored.
And the kids on the street can get speed and...
I'm an old-fashioned guy, Mr. Kitsuragi. I sometimes grab a beer with the boys, but if I were to supply ingredients for some sort of rainbow party, I would make sure that...
He's basically admitting to it.
Yes, of course. And while you're doing that, please go ahead and also tell the Wild Pines. I want to hear them squeal.
Nothing in his features betray...
Anyway, let's not focus on the sensationalism of the drug trade. This hypothetical drug trade is all anyone ever seems to be interested in. It would only be a small part of the harbor's turnover. Just like... Let's look at the big picture. Martinez as a whole. There are little girls out there. I'm gonna unite them all into one economic body. We're gonna...
Let's keep focusing on the drug trade. He was almost admitting to it.
No, Harry. That's boring. All right, boys. Harry felt queasy about it. We're not doing it. Can we talk about my beautiful incorporated Martinez and its many-sided business ventures now? This bold new vision of incorporated socialism I'm offering? Harry, the future I have in store for Martinez will have all the
Oh yeah, skull and bones. Skull and bones on the Revacholian flag. The Revacholian Death Squad. Oh yeah, the visual image has completely bedazzled you. You're 100% with Everard now.
Harry, by now you should know I would never do anything tricky like that. Well, let's just say there'll be freshly renovated buildings.
He proudly spreads his hands to...
So the village is doomed.
You were there, you saw the place. A wasteland. There's nothing left. But mark my words off. Reset. I have big plans for Martinez. And they do... Harry, imagine a youth centre supermarket church complex. Harry, enough is enough. We're taking this district back. The war was 50 years ago, for God's sake. It's time to move on. Yes, I do. I got the centre, I got room for a retail complex, and in 4 years, I'll get the church.
There is true indignation in his voice when he speaks about... And then there will be a giant statue of him, towering above it all.
I'm not a symbolist, Harry. I'm a realist. My statue will be Martinez rebuilt. 5-story
You would look nice as a statue.
Damn right I'm up to something, Harry. We're way past specific. You can bother Leonard with that. He loves to run his...
There's something different about him now. He's more vibrant.
Harry, I've got to be honest with you. Your gun was found 2 days ago. An old woman has it, and let me tell you, Harry...
This must be the woman who bought the gun from Roy. The one he described.
Yes, the same one. I see you've done your research. The pawn shop made the gun easy to track.
Union Boy's gonna help you fix it. He winks at you.
The neighbors of this old woman contacted my men because they trust me and the Debardeurs Union. As I said, she's a character. I didn't have time for details. Unfortunately, I don't know anymore. You're gonna have to go in blind, Harry. But she's an old lady.
There it is again. The pigs. Like Roy said.
I, for one, find it refreshing. Finally, someone calls themselves a pig.
It actually sounds extremely bad, but let's not give it...
I already have. Tonight, starting 10 o'clock, near the old fish market on the coast. The one on the boardwalk, a little past the fishing village. Be careful, Harry. I would never set you up for any...
She will be there from 2200 hours.
More fun stuff. Seems like we already have fun stuff to do.
Great, Harry, great. I think we have truly built... This has been so great. I'm sorry we don't have more fun...
Hear that? Magnesium. That's what you're lacking. The lack of magnesium has you slouched. Yes, and it's critical. Look at yourself. You're practically devolved maggot sideways. What are you talking about? You need to maggot up. You've probably had one stroke. Don't be so modest. He's having one right now. An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic light, even by the standard. Well, he blew through his own maladministration, foreshadowed the fall. Stories have it that he had his bedroom converted. He called it the Sol Aurum. It was obscene. There were whispers he slept on a huge... But wait, you haven't even heard about his fable. You see, old Philippe wasn't just good at squandering the national treasury on gold and ceremonial weaponry. He was also a prodigious snorter beneath the cold waters of the Insular. The original was blown apart by communards. Then most historians think that some years ago, a group of liberal, artistically inclined individuals, designers, the statue is supposed to capture the moment it was blown apart, like an instant frozen in time. People in Martinaise tend to disagree, as do many prominent. Philip III, the squanderer, not that he ever did in life.
Hey, was there...
Hello, dear. Thank you for doing...
Her smile is weary.
Morel still isn't feeling well. I convinced him to stay at Gary's to get some rest. I'm afraid the cold has... I'm sorry, dear. You've had to...
Her voice is shaky.
Morel will eventually, or will...
The lieutenant stares at his shoe, caked in mud. He doesn't say anything.
No, you don't have to do that. Enough of this fool...
Be real. Gary is not going to help with this.
That really is too much, sweetie.
Very strange. Why is she not letting you do this? It's like...
Different? How? I'm in doubt. It's,
And when a police officer...
Do you ever wonder if some lovely story...
Hunching her shoulders now.
Seeing the Insulindian phasmid was Morel so proud...
A terrible sting in the heart. Regret.
No, at least I don't think I did. That I'm some queen of the...
That I am a queen? An extraordinary...
But now, we're both getting old and he's still working himself sick out in those...
The lieutenant opens his notebook, but doesn't write anything. An acorn is not the same as the tree. That requires time.
But it is. We've spent years searching. If I hadn't led him down this path, he could have a stick.
You know, this reminds you of the Pericanassian theory of love. In essence, love is a relay out of death. Generation by generation, our love remains in our progeny. Lay some of that on her.
Oh, sweetie. I don't think the I was a paraplegic before we met.
She has to swallow to relax her throat. It's keeping her from talking.
Maybe. But then why do I not dare tell him? What you have to know is the Insulindian phasmid probably...
Are there? Some of the other things are pretty bad.
Of course not. I didn't mean to say my situation discredits the field. There have been some... Either way, I should go. Poor Morel is running a fever and I need to get... Oh no, thank you, but I can get there on my own. This old thing is gas-powered. And then a taxi home. It's...
Really?
Oh, sweetie. Please don't get stuck on a dream. Take it from me and Morel. Okay?
A sigh. She doesn't think you'll need it.
You too, sweetie. Thank you for everything, truly. Even though it turned out to be
A waste of time. A dream. A fool's like that. She drives off. The gas engine sputters quietly as she gets to the doors, then pushes them open. Outside.
We should go too.
Hi again, gendarme. Bye-bye, gendarme. Hi again, gendarme.
Could he be a member? Just pointing it out. We're not talking about
The homosexual underground? Why, yes, I am, officer. Why? Do you want to investigate? Well, I am one of them. One of the Sub Rosa pleasure group, congregating in cellars under the cover of night. Saturday night. Sometimes even Friday night. Oh, we're ambitious. We want to destroy the last vestiges of meaning. Everything will be constantly shifting and moving under our rule. The future will belong to a circus of identities just spinning around, surreal and unreal. You won't even know who you are anymore. But do you also like the razzle? Because instead of the traditional family unit, we're going to have all this razzmatazz. And mysteries, of course, too. Sure thing, officer. What do you want to know next? Bye-bye, gendarme.
Fuck does Kuno care? Kuno doesn't fucking... Fuck does Kuno care?
He's on your crime scene.
Fuck does Kuno care?
He's on your crime scene.
Fuck does Kuno care?
He's on your crime scene. Bossing.
Fuck does Kuno care?
He's on you.
Fuck does Kuno care?
It's not Kuno. It's Kuno S.
Fuck you whispering about?
He's whispering too. He's going with it. But watch what happens.
Fuck you, whisper.
She puts extra stress onto that word.
If Kuno wants to whisper, he's gonna fucking whisper, okay? Let's whisper, pig.
This is it. You've got him. But be careful. You can still fuck this up. Don't make Kuno look bad in this.
It's okay. The pig's trying to pit us.
That's it. You let him off the line. That was a bad manipulation.
Try to fuck my Kuno! Try to fuck...
He's on your...
Fuck does Kuno care?
It's not Kuno. It's Kuno S.
Fuck you whispering about?
He's whispering too. He's going with it. But
Fuck you!
she put...
If Kuno wants to whisper, he's gonna fucking whisper, okay? Let's whisper, pig.
This is it. You've got him. But be careful. You can still fuck this up.
Crazy? You don't know the half of it. She's not crazy. She's...
Stop talking to him!
She understands what you're trying to do.
Yo, see? Did Kuno not tell? Talk, pig. Kuno's got it under control.
You did it. They're separated. Fuck. She can read lips. You should cup your mouth.
Kuno means she killed someone. That's right. See?
His little green eye. He's meant everything he said before. But right now, he not only means it, he is sincere.
Are you getting this? You think I'm fucking telling you a joke here? How hard do you think it is? She's probably killed a pig too. I mean, I'm pretty sure she has. Forget Kuno said that. Kuno was just shitting. Kuno was just running his mouth.
A cop would be too large for her to overpower. But a determined child. The creature peers at you both from over the fence. There is Kuno falls.
Kuno, there, that's it.
He usually looks you straight in the... Don't move your head. Just from the corner of your eye, look at her. Though her friend spoke too low for her to hear, Kuno S is not smiling anymore.
Kuno wasn't around, and C was with Kuno. Told you, look, Kuno's gonna put you at ease.
He speaks the truth, my liege.
Yeah, she's psycho. None of that kiddie psycho. Cat burning shit. She does the real deal. Snuff radio shit. Believe.
And he doesn't even want to think about it. This isn't...
Fuck knows. She says it's the crazy people. The fucking...
Sounds boreal. Like something from the tundra and tiger-covered cutler, Isola. Far, far away from here. As far as possible, really.
Suroese? Like that man from Shelmdall shit?
Revelshot does have a small Suroese community. Or she...
Fuck no, she's not my sister. She's just a Yeah, she was just there.
What was that, Kuno?
She was in the hallway. Dripping wet. By the...
A shoe cupboard just off to the right. Have you been to this place?
Yeah, that's the place. She was just Kuno's got no fucking idea. Her hair was all wet. I think she pissed on the floor.
You know this. The body goes into a kind of revulsion shock. Murder killed a kid. Yes. Makes them look for a quiet, dark... Must have been her first one. You only get it on the...
I don't know. Someone left the door open. Kuno comes home. She's sleeping under the desk. And Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit. Doesn't even see her there. Or thinks it's fucking Kuno.
Kuno? Kuno S? Two of a kind.
Cause she fucking looks like Kuno. No one knows her name. Kuno told you this shit was psycho. How's Kuno dealing? Kuno's dealing just... Kuno's got this shit under control. Listen, listen. See, it's Kuno's go-to. Kuno's protecting her. You fuck...
This is what it all comes down to. He needs you to take him seriously.
I'm going to kill you. I'll run when you put the cuffs on her, sneak up on you later, and fuck you up. You understand? Alright, now we can do business.
He's breathing heavily.
Yeah? What do you want? Kuno can hook you up with... Don't hook him up with... See? Relax. He respects the Kuno. Kuno's gonna get you hooked on illegal narcotics if you run a little errand for the Kuno. That's right. Kuno's a candy store for pigs now. Get ready to be rewarded. Kuno gets it from his dad. Kuno and his dad are major suppliers. That problem is, Kuno and his dad had a little falling out. Now junkies clawing at Kuno's door. Streets going mad. Kuno dirty popo man is you. In there is Kuno's dad is a fucking monster. He's the most violent man in Revachol. Like half. A baggy...
That's half a gram.
Yeah, half a G. Want it or not? Okay, Kuno's listening. Sure, confiscate it for Kuno, and you just get in the apartment building. Kuno knows you already fucked your way in. Go to room 12, first floor, and kick down the door. Police violence style. Kuno, that's it. Next time Kuno sees you, you better have his shit.
What the hell are you signing us up for here? Okay then.
Kuno doesn't...
Yes, what is it? No? Yes. And? I don't care. I don't care about the swallow, you mean? Freight.
Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you.
You close your...
But just imagine them. Goodbye. Good morning! Jack, base...